stream, I'm going to be playing a lot of players in the beginning, and then I'm going to be showing you, as I promised 2 days ago, my win against Grandmaster Vasily Ivanchuk from a last year's competition, okay? So please tune in for that, and I'm going to show you first. We're going to play a few games, and then I'm going to show you the game. So we have a c4 here. So we're playing Vaider. So let's take a look here. If he knows the Tarash defense, I'm going to use the Tarash here. All right. Well, let's go knight f6. I decided to do something different. Since the bishop on g2, I can go here. So again, we'll play some warm-up games, guys, maybe for 30-45 minutes, and then I have the Ivanchuk game for you ready, okay? And then I want to play queen c8 and bishop h3. My goal is to try to get rid of the light square bishops, okay? And bishop h3, trying to trade. Now I take, eliminating the knight. Now I would like to play the rook on d8, okay? So let's see here. Now, okay. All right, let me increase my sound. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me well, okay? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me well, okay, guys? All right. All right. So let me just quickly increase the volume here. Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Now he's threatening to trade. I'm gonna take. Okay. This is gonna get really interesting. I'm gonna go knight e4. So if he takes, I'm gonna take back with the pawn. Okay. And then I'm gonna try to put a knight on d5. Now I want to get the king in. So I will demonstrate to you when the bishop is strong, when the knight is stronger than a bishop, okay? And how you play this kind of positions when you have the dominating knight versus the bishop, okay? Now he's attacking my pawn. We're not giving him any pawns. Knight d5. Now we go g5. Now I want to see how he's gonna react to this. Okay. 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 All right. So let's see here. Okay. So now we go here. King goes to f7. Now I go here. King e6. And this action is on one side of the board, okay? Action is on one side of the board, and now you're gonna see I'm gonna try to start pressing here, okay? Use my knight, the advantage of me having that knight, and try to use that factor, okay? Now I would like to play a4. The question is if he's gonna let me do that. No, he's not. He's not letting me do that. Okay. Okay. Now if he goes king a4, I have a nice surprise for him here. Knight b6 mate, okay? Nice surprise awaiting for him, okay? If he does that. This is a very unpleasant position, okay? Very, very unpleasant position for my opponent because my pieces are just going in. Now knight is coming to c4. Inch by inch, I'm tightening the screws in this position, okay? Tightening the screws here and make it very difficult for him to do anything. So now, let's see, what is he thinking about? I'm thinking about doing this. Check. point being, if he comes up, I have this fantastic idea. Look at this fantastic idea. Knight takes e3 check. If he takes, now I'm gonna play b2 and then b1, getting a queen. Deflection, guys, you understand? The deflection here. So I want to quickly analyze this game for you so you can see here. So here, I went for this. Okay, so let's see here. Let me lower the volume a little bit. So, okay. Is it better now, guys? Let me know in the chat if this is better. I just lowered the volume a little bit. So, we reached this position with a knight versus the bishop, okay? This is a serious advantage for the knight, okay? This is a serious advantage for the player with the knight because the knight is stronger in the close positions, okay? And now he's putting pressure. So he goes here, and now g5. g4. And now it's coming in. Yeah, this is not an easy position to win, but again, I'm in a driver's seat, so I can try to press here as much as possible, okay? I'm in a driver's seat, so I can try to press this position, okay? Alright, so, and yeah, the plan, I'm sure he could have played better here. I think the big mistake was taking. Taking is actually a serious issue here, okay? So, alright, I'm not sure what's going on here with this sound issue now we have here. Some technical issues. Okay, what's the... Okay, maybe this is a little too high? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Alright, let me change on the profile. Oh, this. Okay, sound, okay. Okay, I'm gonna lower it a little bit, okay, guys? See if that helps. Okay, well, we have more people in the queue here, so we're gonna get the next game, okay? So again, we'll play some games, and then we're gonna look at the game against Ivanchuk, okay? In a French defense. Let's go. Armand 99. Let's see. A strong player, a 2200 opponent here we're facing. Turn on the light for you guys. Okay. Alright, so my opponent moved. So we have d4. So we're going to play knight f6. Okay. We're going to do some... Oh, okay. Now d5. Okay. So e6. Bishop b4. We go c5, trying to break the center. We had a game like this already once, you know, that... So castle, castle. Yeah, h6. We're trying to wait a little bit to see what is going to happen here, okay? So now knight d7. And I would like to play f6. f6 is important because it opens up the position. If takes, I can even consider playing queen f6 and doubling, you know, activating my queen. Oh wow, this is interesting. Take. All right. I didn't think that this was that dangerous actually, but maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. I didn't think that this was that dangerous because I have queen g7 now. So definitely very optimistic play by my opponent, but optimism is good, but you also want to make sure that your attack is gonna work. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. Okay. In fact, you have to be optimistic when you're playing, but you also have to be you have to evaluate the positions the right way, you know. So here I think my opponent's attack is just frozen here. There is no serious attack here, and now I think he's gonna very quickly regret his sacrifice. And now, can I try to trade? I would love to trade some queens here, you know. I would love to get those queens off the board here. Can I do that? Ah, let's get some pieces in. Let's get some more development. Alright, knight g4. Now, do you see what I'm trying to do here, guys? Who can see it? Who can see that what am I trying to do here, okay? I have a very special idea here. Do you see what I can try to do in this position here? Why did I play the bishop d7? Let's see if we can find it here. Hoppa, bishop e8, attacking that queen. And now queen has no square to go to, and he's going to be forced to play a very sad move. Queen takes g5, and now bishop e3. Yeah, the rest is pretty much over. Knight d4 comes in. Now, if he takes, I go knight e3. If he doesn't take, I have knight f2 check. I mean, this is just a problem. Let's get a little more material. Should we get some more material? We can go bishop f2, get some. I mean, yeah, it's just too much. It's just simply too much here. We're gonna take on h4. We're gonna take on. So take this guy first, and then next I'm gonna take that e1 rook as well. So take. Yeah. Now king g7, bishop g6. Okay, very good. Very good, guys. So we won this game. Let's analyze this game because this was a pretty strong opponent. So my opponent, okay, it was an interesting opening. Why I play h6 here, guys? The reason I play h6, let's say you play a6, then he plays e5, you go back here, then you're gonna have to calculate this moves, which could be very dangerous. In some cases, this could be just losing because the queen is landing on h5, okay? In your queen 7, and here he has a strong attack. So that's why I played h6 to avoid that, okay? Yeah, now bishop is going to e8. All right. So yeah, once he plays bishop h6, this is just an example of not quite being ready for the sacrifice. He should have taken en passant. En passant, I was gonna consider take with this, and I was gonna play something like this. Okay, and we have about equal position here. He will take, I will take, he will play rook a1, so something like this. This is what I was expecting, but when he took on h6, this just doesn't quite work. I think he just clearly overlooked, you know, he clearly overlooked the idea that I have in this position with queen e7, because queen e7, I swing the queen out there. All right, guys. We got a couple of more games, guys. As I mentioned, a couple of more games before we look at the game against Ivanchuk from last year. Okay? My famous victory against the former #2 player in the world, the chess legend Ivanchuk, when I was blocked in that game. And I used the French defense. So make sure you don't go anywhere. So you're going to see that game very shortly. Okay? A couple of more games we will play, and then we're going to look at the game. So I'm going to go here, bishop d6, castle. I'm not sure what my opponent wants to do, but I'm just going to go b6, bishop b7. I'm going to put a bishop here. Just going to go with this guy here. This guy here. My plan is to go here. And, you know, just rook ac8, rook fd8, and play c5. So I think I should be okay here. Okay? I mean, this is a very slow play. Very slow play by my opponent. Rook d2, queen d2, I don't like it already. I feel like queen is going to be misplaced there, so you should have probably opted for queen c2. They play queen c2, rook fd1. In some cases, they can even go queen to b1. But here, queen on d2 is just going to be misplaced. So he might play queen e1 or something here. I wouldn't be completely shocked. All right, let's go rook ac8. I can also play h6. It's a useful move. It's a good idea to play it now before things get really heated, because you don't want to wait for the last moment, then you do that, okay? So now I have h6. Okay, I'm not sure what is it trying to do with this. Okay. Well, I can play queen e6 actually, if I want. I can also just play g6, which is fine. I don't see a problem, so I'm just going to play g6. I'm going to try to ask him, what is your knight doing on h4 here, okay? Simply putting question to it, you know, what is your knight doing on h4? Okay, then I'm going to go here. I'm going to request, you know, his queen. Let's see, what is he going to do about the queen? Is he going to take, or is he going to do? Okay, then I take. Now I'm attacking the knight. And I don't think this knight has too many great squares, okay? I don't think he has too many great squares now. So I think this is looking pretty good for me. think the initiative is shifting towards me. So let's see here. Okay, I can take, or I can just play knight f6 first. Alright, let's go knight f6 first. Yeah, knight g4. Yeah, maybe I should have played h5. Now, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should have just done that. Take. Yeah, maybe I should have just done that. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, this is actually not that fun. Because he might take and have some threats on the diagonal. Alright, I'm gonna go. Yeah, this is actually a little bit unpleasant, so I'm gonna take a chance and play this move. Yeah, I totally misplayed this position. I don't like my position now. Well, my goal is to try to get the queens off the board here. If I can do that, okay, check. I mean, this is interesting. I think he might have missed this. Maybe he didn't, I don't know. I think his position is still good here. I mean, he has a compensation, even though he probably blundered this, but he still has a compensation because my king is going to be really exposed. Takes, I want to just take on d4. Rook takes d4. Okay, we take the queen. If he takes on c8, I can take bishop takes c8, okay? So I'm happy about that. I could take. Check. I'm gonna play b5. I want to prevent him from playing bishop c4, okay? Preventing to play c4. Now I will play h5. Idea behind this, I want to create some counterplay. Okay, what is he trying to do with this move? Okay. If I play h4 takes f4, I mean, it's gonna get interesting. I don't know. It's gonna be very sharp mutually. Alright, let's go. I don't see what else I can do to play for a win, because if he plays h4, I don't think I can win. At least now I have some hope. I have some hope here that I can try to confuse him and win this game, okay? I don't think objectively my position is that great here, okay? But I think at least if my queen gets in there someday, maybe I can manage to do something. So let's get this bishop here. You know, eyeballing some bishop e6 ideas, get rid of the bishops, and hopefully in a good day we can do something. Oh wow, this is a problem. Wow, this is a problem, guys. Oh wow, okay. Okay, what's going on here? Bishop c8, okay. Okay, I have to go here. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Okay, king g7. Okay, let's go here first. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. All right. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Okay. Now we're gonna go behind. We're gonna try to get the b1 pawn. Okay. Okay. Now we're threatening f2, so he has to go back. Yeah, this is getting tricky now. Okay, wow, this is a draw, huh? Yeah, this is an interesting game. Yeah, this is an interesting game. Absolutely, yeah. All right. Uh, well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I got lucky, but I want to point out here. I thought I had a nice position, but suddenly, first of all, here I can take with a knight maybe as well. Okay, this moment is g6, guys. g6 might be inaccuracy because it weakened my position tremendously here. Why did I play g6? Why not simply play queen e6? Just control the position, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Queen e6 just to control. I didn't like g6. Ah, missed a good shot here, guys. c4. Oh, takes. I take back with a pawn, opening up my diagonal. And then I have b5 idea. Yeah, I should definitely do that. Okay? So, yeah, instead of knight e4, I should just try to play c4. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, this is actually not much. I actually thought this would be an advantage for him, but I just realized I didn't have anything here. My g6 is really weak in my position here. And I should have definitely played the move h5. Allowing the knight to get on g4 was just a mistake on my part. And then I'm just in some trouble here. He should take on c8. Yeah, this was a blunder, but you know, my dark squares are so weak here, guys, that even after this, if he had played h4 here, I think the only one who can play for the win it's black here. Okay, even though I have a queen, but I think he's the only one who can play for the win here. So it probably should be a draw with the correct play, but I think it got out of hand here. My play was definitely a little bit dubious, and this was just a blunder. I just blundered this rook c8, bishop c5. I should have played king f7 here, as I was planning, and then I was very lucky to survive this because he's just winning here. Yeah, I was surprised he didn't just try to get the king in. Here. I think he's just winning. All right, let me take a look at the chat here for a second, guys. See if there are any good questions. I'm looking at the chat right now. Just a second, guys. So let's see here. All right, let's see. All right. Hey. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna play a couple of games and then we're gonna look at the game against Ivanchuk. Okay. So, perfect. Hello, Ben, my friend Benjamin Bach. Hello, Ben, if you hear. So let's take a look here. And what else we have? yeah, and then we're gonna take a look at the game, okay? Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Let's see if there are any more questions. I'm trying to see if there were any more questions here. Yeah, F5 was definitely a little bit risky. I agree. All right. Very good. Okay. Let's take a look now. I'm gonna show you the game now. Okay, guys. So let's see here. All right. Learn. Study. Okay, guys, this is the game I wanted to show you, okay? Okay, guys, I'm black in this game, okay, against Grandmaster Vasily Ivanchuk, okay? And he played e4. This is played about a year and a half ago, okay? March of 2019. This is the first time Ivanchuk came to the St. Louis Chess Club to play in one of the classic tournaments, okay? Spring Classic. So in the first round, this is a first round game, so I was very, very excited to be playing against him. So, and prepare a little bit. So, and of course we have the French defense. Against Ivanchuk, generally it's very hard to prepare because he can play anything. So I wasn't so sure even what the first move is going to be. Is it going to be e4, d4, c4, knight f3? It could be anything. He could play any of those positions. But, so we have the classical of the French. Bishop e3, a6. And this 92, and this 92 has been becoming more and more popular, okay, with this 92. And now I played b5, idea to gain some space, and in the long run I'm also threatening to play the move b4. In the same tournament, in this line, I also faced the former world champion, FIDE world champion Rustam Kasimjamov, who was also participating in the tournament, and I had another successful appearance in a French, winning with the black pieces against the former champion as well. So I had really good run in this tournament with the French. So Ivanchuk plays c3. So he's just protecting the center. And now I play b4. My idea is try to create some weaknesses. And at the right time, I want to be able to play a5 and put the bishop on a6. Because we know that the biggest problem in a French defense, it's the light square bishop, okay? So you want to try to get that. Okay. Let's see here. The engine. Okay. Well, I wanted to hide the moves, so. Okay. So. Let's see. Computer. Yeah. Let's turn off the engine for a second. Okay. Now, because I want you to be able to find the moves yourself. Okay. All right. So in the chat, you can tell me the moves. Okay. So now I played b4. Now my opponent played takes. This game, you know, as a little surprise because it's a big decision here. My goal was just to play a5 and put the bishop on a6, but he played here. Took. I took back on d4. Took. Bishop b4 check. Bishop d2. Now he's trying to trade the bishops. I take. And queen takes d4. You know, knight d4 is another very logical move, but the idea with knight d4 is it allows knight c5. So that's why I have to go here. So here, rook b8, a3. Because the point of rook b8 is I would like to play queen a5 check. Okay? So to try to give a check and create some issues there for him. So that's why he plays the move a3. So if I play queen a5 now, he can play b4. Okay? So now he plays a5, rook c1, and now I played a4 because I wanted to fix the pawn on b2, and if he plays queen takes a4, I can simply play rook takes b2 in this position, okay? So I like this move a4 because it also gives me the opportunity here to play queen a5 check if I need to, okay? So now I can activate my queen there as well. Yeah, I could have opted for another option here, like for example castling. That would have been fine as well, okay? But I just went for this. a4. Now he plays bishop e2. Now, what to do here? So I decided that I should play bishop a6. Again, once again, I want to repeat myself. If you've seen my French videos or the games, I always mention this. Your biggest problem in a French defense is your light square bishop. So whenever you have a chance, you want to trade that bishop. And here, that comes with no surprise. Here, that's actually the reason why I played a4, because I couldn't have played the move bishop a6 here at any time, because he will just take the piece. But after I do that, I'm threatening to play, I want to play bishop a6, because now, if it captures, I can play queen a5 check and then pick it up. So it's a clever way, for me to do this and get rid of opponent's light square bishop here. Now, I need one more move, castle, and I'm very, very happy, okay? But Ivanchuk plays rook c7. He's attacking my knight, okay? Now he's attacking my knight, and what to do? Now, if I castle, he's just going to take on d7. So I cannot do that. What do you think I should do in this position, okay? I want to ask you some questions, okay, to see how you think I should continue in this position, okay? So we're going to do a little bit more interactive here. So you saw the opening pace, and now you need to find the moves. Now what to do? Now what to do here? So I decided that I can castle, so I should try to protect my knight. And here I play the move queen b5, because now I can also take on b2 with a check. This is what I'm trying to do. But now he goes here, rook c1, rook hc1. So he is ready to give up on b2, and if I take, for example, takes, he goes queen g3, and it's very hard for me to do anything now. My king is stuck in the middle. There is a rook c8 threat. There is, you know, if I castle, I'm going to lose on d7. So there are a lot of problems here for me. So that's why I didn't want this to happen, okay? I didn't want this to happen, so I went castle. Because now my king is safe, okay? Now I can try to see what should I do about the knight. So he plays king g3. Again, now I cannot take on b2. If I do that, then at the end of this line, I'm simply dropping my knight, okay? Now what to do? Again, you have to think here. You have to pause and try to find a plan here, okay? What would be the right plan here in this position? What would be the right plan in this position? So let me look at the chat for a second to see if we have some suggestions. Okay. Yeah, I like that, Daniel Gomez. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, rook fd8 idea. Absolutely. I like, absolutely. The goal is to activate the knight. Yeah. Yeah, the goal is to activate the knight, so I go here. So, but first h6, okay? There are a lot of issues on the back rank here, okay? There are a lot of issues on the back rank here. So that's why we need to do something about that, okay? We need to do something about that, and that's why when I play h6, oftentimes I would make this move earlier, okay? I would make this move earlier to control, you know, g5 and get my escape square first, guys. Get that escape square going, and then only after that I will get my rook into the game. Useful move, useful developing move. Now he plays h3, guys. Now he plays h3. What do I do? Rook fd8. Now We're protecting the knight, and now I have a plan here. Rook c2. Now Ivanchuk protects it. It's a lot of positional play here. He maybe thinks he's better. I thought I liked my position, so it's probably roughly equal here. I want to ask you a question, guys. Who you think is better here? What's going on? Who you think has an upper hand in this position here? Take a minute to think about it, okay? I'll look at the chat to see, okay? Take a look for a second to see who is better here. What do you think? White or black here? I mean, my advantages, of course, consist of the fact that I have the dark protected pass pawn, okay? This is a protected pass pawn that is ready to go push, okay? And also I have some pressure on b2, okay? So that's the idea, what to do. Now what to do in this position. Okay. Now I go knight f8. Now I have some knight g6 ideas, okay? And now knight g6, I will put some pressure. Now he goes here. By the way, I have to tell you that Ivanchuk was consuming a lot of time. And there was some serious time, advantage I had in this position. And he was getting really short on the clock. So I go rook d7. It's never fun to have a rook sitting on a 7th rank, okay? It's never fun when opponent rook is just sitting there and putting pressure. So it's a good idea to try to get rid of it. So I play rook d7. Knight trying to get rid of the rook. So now he plays rook c8. I go back. He goes back here. I'm not sure if I was going to repeat, but he was the first one immediately to reject the repetition. So I go back queen e8. I put the queen on e8 because I think it's well placed here, protecting my a4 pawn. And also now I have some rook b3 ideas as well in the position. Now he goes knight d4, centralizing the knight and threatening knight c6 at some point. Maybe knight c6 is not a threat, I have rook b3, but he's trying to do some ideas there. Now what to do? Now what to do? Rook c8. My rook on d8 is a little bit passive, plus, let's say he plays king h2, he's going to have to play knight c6, so I would like to play rook c8 to try to trade the rooks. Now he goes here, queen c3, trade. Once one pair of the rooks come off, there is no more pressure on a 7th rank, and now I quite like my rook on b8, putting pressure on b2, and that way I'm keeping his rook passive on c2 because because he has to protect that pawn. And now it's time to activate our knight. Now the knight comes in. Knight has been pretty passive for a long time, and now he's coming into the game, putting pressure on the weak pawn on f4. Queen d6, he's trying to get active. And now what to do here? It seems like he's dominating. It seems like his pieces are controlling most of the board here. But here is where I came up with a very nice plan here that I want to see if you can find here, okay? I want to see if you can find the plan in this position for me. Black to play. What can I try to do in this position? Okay? I'll give you like a minute to think about it, and then I'll look at the chat to see if anybody is suggesting the right idea. Okay? Now, what's the plan here, huh, guys? I give you 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, then I'm gonna take a look at the chat to see if somebody has a suggestion here. A strong suggestion here for me. What to do here to put additional pressure on my opponent, okay? Again, this is important because let me see if I can see the notation here. Yeah, we we are at the move 31, so there is 9 more moves to go. And again, my opponent is really low on the clock, okay? really low on the clock, so I'm trying to do something here. So let's see here. All right, let me take a look at the chat, guys. All right, let me see here. All right. All right, let me look at the chat here to see. Queen has, okay, let's see. Any suggestions, guys? What can we do here? Queen has no good squares to go to. Moment as rook and somewhere on the b file. Okay, well, we have to do something with the rook, right? We have to try to do something with the rook. If we can improve our rook, right? h5, yeah. Starger 20. h5 is an idea. Sure, but I'm trying to improve the queen, guys. Okay? I'm trying to improve the queen. Any suggestion? August Halsen, rook b7, correct, August Halsen, yes. Rook b7 is correct, okay, guys? Absolutely. The point of rook b7 is I'm giving myself the option to go queen a8, okay? Queen a8, queen a7, August Halsen. That's what I'm trying to do. Correct idea, okay? Absolutely. Rook b7. And now I'm hoping to get my queen into the game with queen a8 idea. So this certainly confused my opponent a little bit more. So he wasted most of his time, played king f3. And now queen a8, g3. He's trying to tighten up the defense. And now king h7. Because if I move my queen up, I'm going to have to deal with him giving check on c8 and playing queen d8. I don't need to do that, right? King h7, prophylactic move. Putting the king to the safety first, and then thinking about playing moves like queen a7 or queen a5 perhaps. Now he goes king g2, queen a7, attacking the knight. Suddenly it's very difficult for him to defend this position. The knight is under attack. Knight is under attack, and what to do? Okay? So it's very difficult. Now the knight, how to protect the knight? If he plays queen c5, for example, we take. He takes. We take on b2. And now we're winning a pawn. So this is going to be a very nice endgame. So now, he played rook d2, which is, I think, the only move. Because if he tries to activate the knight with something like this, if you think, after queen e3, I think it's going to be very difficult. Threatening queen e4, threatening rook b3, and a lot of pressure. As you can see, my pieces are coming in. My pieces are coming in with a very, very strong attack here, okay? So this will be a serious problem for my opponent. So now, he played rook d2. And now, queen a5, pressuring Ivanchuk here, attacking his rook now. My goal is to get in. If my queen gets into the game, then I will be just winning. So now he played rook e2, because he doesn't want to allow queen e1 entrance. If knight f3, then I have the opportunity to penetrate with the rook on b3 now, with the threat of rook takes f3, picking up the rook. So that's going to be a very strong threat. And if he plays, maybe he can play like a rook c2 or something. But then queen b5, putting pressure on b2. And I'm not blundering, guys. If you think I blunder, no, I'm not. I have queen d3. Now threatening on g3. And if he takes, we're simply going to go queen c2 check. And then we're going to pick up the knight with a completely winning position. So at the moment, my opponent is just trying to prevent me from coming in. Okay? From have my pieces come in. So now, knight e7. The reason I played this move, because now I control the c6 square, and in addition, at some point he has to watch out for my knight f5 jump. Okay? If I can move that knight, I can try to play knight f5 at some point. Okay? Alright, so now what to do? Knight f5 is at some point, I have a threat. And here my opponent, again, I guess he's still thinking about maybe he is better or he's playing for a win. I don't know. But this was a weakness. You know, this move created a weakness. He plays g4. Mistake by my opponent, because this will loosen up his position here, guys. This seriously loosens up the position now. What do we do now? This is seriously loosens up the position here. Now, what do you do? you know, every time pawn moves, it creates a weakness. It weakens something, okay? And here f4 pawn is weakened. So we go knight g6. Now putting pressure on f4. Now threat is knight f4. So he plays king g3. But again, it's, as you can see, it's barely holding on here. His rook is doing so many things now. His king is being a defender. And now rook b6. I attack the queen. Yeah, I attack the queen here. I believe in this position there was a stronger move than rook b6 here. I believe there was a stronger move here. So I want to pause here and give you a chance to think here. Here I actually missed a clear-cut victory. Okay? Here I missed a clear-cut victory. I give you a minute to think, and then I'll look at the chat to see if you can find this, okay? What's the winning move here? What's the winning move here? Which move could have given me the victory here? Which move could have given me the victory here? All right. You had time to think, so I'm going to look at the chat here for a second to see if we have the answers here. Let's see here. Rook b2. I mean, rook b2 is interesting, but are we ready? Yes, I do speak Russian. I do speak Russian fluently, absolutely. Check with the queen. Check with the queen. Rook b2. Not quite, not quite. I don't see it yet, guys. I don't see in the chat the move yet. I think I see it. I see it. STL chess player. STL chess player has the move, okay? Queen a7. That is a very strong move, guys. That is a very strong move. Queen a7. Fantastic. Putting pressure on the knight. And now this is going to make things very difficult. How to defend the knight? Let's look. First of all, if knight moves somewhere else, queen g1 is very strong. And if he goes knight f3, once again, now we have this powerful idea, rook b3, pinning him, okay? And if he tries to, I don't know, play f5, then look at this. Queen g1 comes in with a lot of force here. And if he goes here, we can go even check. Takes, check. And here, simply force the mate. Okay? So this is winning if he plays knight f3. So now I will go back to the game. So the logical option is rook d2. It looks like, wait a minute, maybe he can hold it on. But here we have another position here where we're gonna see an example of overworked piece here, guys. And it's, I think, pretty clear by now which piece is the overworked piece here for white. And that is clearly the rook. Rook is defending the vulnerable knight and also protecting the weak pawn on b2. And here our rook is going to sacrifice himself on b2 to deflect it. And if take, now the queen lands. Queen lands on d4, hitting the rook and also threatening queen e3 check and knight f4. Devastating. So if queen b4, for example, I will go check. And now I think position is just simply collapsing. Everything is hanging here. Okay. If white tries in this position to play, okay, let's say he tries to play some kind of defensive ideas with this, rook f2, to try to hang on to f4 because f4 pawn is huge. And now we're gonna give a little check. If you go to g2, if he goes to g2, then we have knight takes f4. And if rook f3, then it's even worse. It's checkmate on the board. Okay. So yeah, it was very pity that I missed this, because if I had played this queen a7 move, I would have been very happy. Despite winning the game, I won this game and I was very excited. But you know, I missed a clear win here, which would have been like a really perfect game where I'm outplayed with the black pieces, a player like Ivanchuk. You know, if I had played this move queen a7, he had no time. I would have just won the game, and it could have been like really one of my best games. You know, clear, nice outplay. You know, positionally. But I played this move, and now it's gonna become really messy here because I let him off the hook a little bit. Queen c5, Queen a4. Actually, when I played Queen c5, I was under the impression I'm winning, but this was, I think, at the end, it was like at the 40th move, I want to say. Let's take a look at the notation here. Yeah, no, it's yeah, so it's a 40th move. Yes, it's a 40th move, and I forgot about this Queen a4, that he's also protecting the knight. And I saw from the far I had this Queen c1, and I was kind of banking on it, you know. But okay, it's not so easy, because he just played the move knight f3, only move, but good enough, you know, because he stops Queen g1 check, and also he protects. So yeah, giving up this a4 pawn was not a good decision. Now I took on b2, and there we go. Now we achieve this position. Now the time control is already over, and unfortunately it's about equal here. And he plays queen b4. He's proposing the exchange of the queens. I do not want to trade queens in this position, because if I trade queens here, his b pawn is going to be very strong. So his king is weaker than mine, and when you have a queen and knight combination, you keep the pieces on the board. So I go queen e2. Now he plays a4. I need to get some counterplay. Okay, I need to do something, so I play queen e3, putting pressure. He plays queen d4, trying to trade. The reason he did that, because I also have this knight to h4 idea here. So let's say if he's completely ignoring me, he might be regretting it a little bit, because take, I take a6, and now you're already familiar with this mate. We had it in one of the other lines, okay? So he might be able to defend this with a move like queen d4, but overall I think I can even play queen a3 here. I mean, putting pressure on the pawn. Not sure if I can win this, but I think I can make a draw here without any problems. So he played queen d4, now I go queen a3. Now he goes king f2. He's trying to unpin himself from this knight h4 idea. Now I check. I repeat it. It was disappointing, but I thought at this point we're probably just going to end in a draw here. I could not see how I can play for a win, because there's a very limited amount of material on the board. So, and he has this a pass pawn that I have to always watch out. So I was okay with the draw. But here he surprised me. He pushed for a win with this move. Very risky move, and now I felt like, okay, this is my chance. So I go king g8. Again, we repeat. And he goes queen e8. Trying to attack. And I was like getting more optimistic here, because he's pushing very hard, and it's very dangerous, because now I'm going to go queen e3. Threatening queen takes f4. He takes d4. I'm down a pawn, but his king is misplaced, and I also have a very clear shot here. Push, push, push. I'm just going to push here. And now he is getting very low on the clock, and it became clear that he underestimated my play here. And he has to very quickly come up with ideas to get a draw, but he did not find it. So he played g5. I think he should have probably played h4 here. That was the move that would have given him drawing chance. h4, h5. But then I play h5. Now I'm happy, because now, in addition, I have some h4 threats in some circumstances, okay? I have this h4 idea as well. Now he was very confused now, because things are looking bad, and now he just committed a big blunder with this move. I think he still maybe has some drawing chances, but he was running out of time, and he no longer has a draw. He has to play really accurately, so he played queen e6, and now check. Now, if he goes now back, I can give a check and just simply pick up the knight. If he goes to g2, I go knight f4 check, so he had to go here, but now we take. We win some more material. And now we take. Now he plays queen g4. And now knight f4 check. And here my opponent resigned in the view of king takes h4, knight g2 check, king h5, and a g6 mate. Okay? So yeah, this was the famous win against Grandmaster Ivanchuk, and I was very happy with the game against him. I thought it was you know, very interesting game. It's a pity that I missed the win, the clear win with Queen A7. Let me go back here so to point out the moment where I missed the win. This is the moment where I played Rook B6. So move 38. Yeah, if I just play Queen A7 right here, it's just a perfect game. You know, perfect. I think pretty much I played perfectly this game. If I played this Queen A7, this would have been like really one of my best games. But since I let it slip, yeah, and it was probably a draw here. So, but again, once again, it shows you have to. Yeah, once again, it shows that you have to use your resources. Okay, what is my resource? The D pawn in this position, right? Do I have any other resource, guys? No, right? So I have a resource. I'm gonna use that D pawn to push and queen. Okay, so D4, D3, D2, and try to get the D pawn going. Okay. So again, now the roles have changed now. Now he is in danger, okay? He is in danger and he could not find the right pawn here. Like F5 loses to knight takes E5, hitting the queen and hitting on F3, okay? Now I'm threatening H4 and this wins. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. And let me take a look. Let me take a look here if you have any questions in the chat. Thank you for the compliments, and yeah, this was a nice mate at the end. Thank you. Okay, very good, guys. I'm gonna set up some puzzles for you, as I promised. We'll do some puzzles. So yeah, you can challenge me as well. Yeah, thank you, Mascaria21. Thank you very much. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm streaming. I just started streaming, still getting more familiar with it. But yeah, I have many videos, so you've probably seen my videos on YouTube. So, all right, let's take a look here. I have some great puzzles for you guys. Okay, so I think I can set it up here. I hope. So I'm gonna go here, clear the board. Okay, I hope I'm doing this right. Okay. All right, I think I can do this. Let's see. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the position. Okay. Okay, guys. So I hope you can see this position. Okay, this pawn is on F7. It's going through. Just it's white to play and win. Okay, you have two options. Okay, but one of the options is not going to help you to win, and one of the options will be a very easy win if you know what to do here. Okay, so it's a little bishop endgame for you, little bishop endgame position here to see. So let's give you a little bit of time to think here, so you can tell me you're gonna go to E8 or G8. But you, besides just saying the move, you have to explain. You have to explain why you're doing that. Okay, why you're playing the certain move. Okay, so let's see. Why you're playing the certain move. Okay, so you have to realize that. All right, let me look. Let's give you a little bit more time to think. So we can go to E8 or G8. One of them is just winning. Okay, but the other one, it's not so clear. And again, you know, these videos are going to be transferred to my YouTube channel as well, guys. So make sure you check it out, the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be uploading more content for you there as well. Daily game analysis like this against Ivanchuk, and you know, similar games of my games, and also top events. You know. All right, let's take a look. And appreciate the donations. Really appreciate everybody. And yeah, I hope to provide a great content for you, okay? And on regular basis. So appreciate the support, okay, everybody? Thank you very much. All right, so let me explain to you, okay, guys, how this works. Okay, thank you very much, Offbeat Opener. Thank you very much, okay, for the donation. So let me explain. So the point here is, if you go here, your king is not going to help controlling any of these squares, okay? And this is the short diagonal. This is the long diagonal. In order to win these positions, you have to move his bishop from a long diagonal to the short diagonal, okay? So, like, he will go here, and it would stay like this, and it's you will play here, for example. Again, you can never queen. If you queen, he's just gonna take you, okay? And it's gonna be a draw. So here, bishop f8, here, and if you go f8, I'm just gonna take, okay? So again, the king is not helping, but if the king is on g8, he's putting additional pressure, okay? So that's why your first move should be king g8, so you're controlling diagonal. So let's say he's waiting on a bishop, okay? Now, what do we do here? How do we move the bishop from this diagonal? Bishop c3. Now he goes here. Bishop g7. Bishop c5, bishop f8, trading the bishops. Bishop d4. Now we go back, and now let's say he's here. Okay, but again, he's hanging on barely because your king is putting so much pressure here. And now you can find a move here, guys. You can find a move that is going to give you the suksavang, okay? What can you do here to put the suksavang? Okay? You make a move, and he's in a zouk. What can you do to put him in a zouk here? What can you do to put him in a suksavang? And the correct move here is bishop c1. And now let's take a look. What is he going to do now? He cannot go to f8, we simply take. He cannot go to h6, we take. If he steps away with the king, we take the bishop. And if he goes king f6, obviously we're going to do a little check and pick up that bishop. Pick up that bishop and pick up the game, okay? Got it? So I hope you understand why we did this, okay? We did this because we want to control the two squares of the short diagonal. And you can only win this if the diagonal, short diagonal, has 3 squares and less. Okay, remember, 3 squares and less. If it's 4 squares or more, it's going to be a draw. Okay, so if we put the pawn on e7 and there are 4 squares, you're not going to be able to control the 4 squares. But you can control with your king and a bishop the 3 squares, okay? You're going to be able to do that. So remember that. 3 squares and less, when your pawn is on a 7, you're going to be able to win. Okay? The same color bishops. So remember that, okay? Alright, let me look at the chat here to see if everybody understand. Everybody understand, guys, in the chat? Was it clear for you how you win this position? Okay. Alright, bishop c1, putting him in suksavang. Okay, yes, great. Somebody asking about Title Tuesday. Yes, I will play the next Title Tuesday. I haven't played in a long time, but once I tie for first in it, okay? So I'm going to start playing more. And I'm going to also, maybe the next stream, I'll also try to play some games against top players on chess.com as well, okay? But yeah, I will definitely play more. Okay, sound is very low. Let's see here. Sound. Let's see here. I will increase my volume, guys. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? All right. Yeah. Okay. Very good, guys. I have more positions. Okay. Microphone is low. Okay. 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 It's good. Okay. Good. Let's see here. I would love to play the Penguin GM. I know he's a sharp, fast player. I played against Andrew a couple of games in a tournament, so he's a very good player, and we went back and forth. I think we scored a couple of wins. I'm not sure, but yeah. Let's take a look here, guys. I have another position for you here. Okay, I'm gonna show you another game. Okay. Notification is very loud. Okay, how do I turn down the notification here? That's a good question. Okay. Okay, is this the notification here? No, this is something else. Okay. All right, we'll fix that, guys. I guess it's maybe here. Okay. All right. All right. Let me go back to the. Let me go back to this position. Okay. Now we're gonna do another position. Okay. Do you guys want do more puzzles like this, or do you want me to play also? I can also play some top players. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this one. Okay. This is one of my favorite studies. It's a really nice study that shows that it's very important, the symmetry, you know. And let's take a look. Okay. All right. Okay. Alright, guys, white to play and win. It's a study, so this is a composed position, and you have to win this in 3 moves. Sorry, you have to win this not in 3 moves. Sorry, you have to find the pawn here to win this position. Okay. So now think about it a little bit. Now let's think about it. How white can try to win this? You always want to try to calculate as much as possible, okay? How do we do that here? How we can try to proceed here? You know, the threat is very strong. He's threatening bishop e5, pinning the queen. So we have to do something here, okay? So we have to do something. All right, so what would be our first move here? So let's take a look at the chart here to see if we have some, oops, sorry. Okay. I need to go back, yeah? Okay, how do we go back here? Sorry, click something. Okay, I guess here we are. Okay, all right, so let's take a look here, guys. What are the suggestions here? I would like to see the suggestions here. Bishop e3 check, okay. Better. Bishop e3 check is gonna go king g6. So you have to do something better, okay? What else we can do? Bishop e6, e3, he has. So we have to do something else here, guys. Thank you. Galar chess. Thank you very much. Queen f6, correct. All right, very good. All right, let's take a look. Queen f6 check, correct. Now have to go here, okay? Now we need to force him back, right, to h6. So we'll go check. He cannot go here, has to go back. Now bishop e3 check, he cannot come forward, has to go here. Okay. Queen g5 check. Now, if it goes to h8, you have bishop d4 check. Bishop e5, we just take. It's just winning. So now it goes king f8. And now what do we do here? So we did all these checks. Now he's back on f8. Now what can we do here? What can we do here in this position? Now what can we do here? Now you should see some idea here. It's a very specific idea you have to do in this position in order to win, okay? Very, very specific idea. So we play bishop c5, check. Now, if opponent goes to e8, we have a mate. Queen e8 mate. So it has to go bishop d6. And now we have a pin here, but we want to do another pin, okay? So we want to do an idea that's called cross pin, okay? Are you guys familiar with the cross pin? Okay? That's what I want to make sure that everybody who's watching this today, that knows the cross pin, okay? And that is your cross pin. You pin, you cross pin. You pin, you cross pin, okay? Now he goes here. Takes. He goes here. Now check. He cannot go to f8 because the bishop is there, so it has to go here. And now we're gonna have to, in order to win this, we're gonna do the second cross pin, okay? Second cross pin, bishop to e5 check. He plays f6. And now queen g5, again pressuring on this and pressuring on this and taking away the d2 square. Taking away the d2 square, and now queen takes d2. Okay? If queen d2 check, I take. That's the idea. So queen d2, I just take. If it takes my bishop, I'm going to take the queen, and bishop f6 is coming up. Okay? If he takes, we go check. All right. So that's the idea. Let's go over this one more time, guys. Let's go over this one more time. Check. Here. Check. Bishop e3 check. Forcing him to go back. He cannot go to the corner because then it's a mate. So he has to go king f8. And this is where we're going to use the idea known as cross pin, okay? Mate. And if he goes bishop d6, check. Sorry, cross pin, threatening bishop d6. He goes here, attack. And you go here. And you control the d2 square, okay? All right. Let me see. Look at the chat here, see if there are any questions, guys. Another cross pin. Absolutely. That's your team, okay? Cross pin. How you put pressure using the cross pin, okay? So that's something you want to remember, okay? Absolutely. You're welcome, Muscaria. The cross pin is a very important idea you want to remember, okay? All right. Very good. You guys warmed up? Warmed up for some more studies? So some more good stuff here. All right, let's do one more, okay? Queen g4 at the start. Why it doesn't work here? Cardisco. Queen g4 doesn't work here. Cardisco says, why not queen g4? Cardisco. Okay, Cardisco, you go here. I go bishop f4, and I'm blocking your bishop e3. I know you want to go bishop e3 and just mate me, but again, you have to look at the opponent's defenses, okay? What can opponent do as well to defend it? Not only your ideas, but also what opponent can do to defend against the threats, okay? So that's what you can do. All right, so that's the idea. And it's made. All right, so let's take a look at another one now, okay? Okay. Okay, guys, this is a little harder one, okay? So this is a little harder one, so this is gonna take a little bit of time, okay? So, but you're gonna like this because it's a real challenge, okay? Study, create study, start. All right, white to play and win, okay? The problem here we're facing here, he's threatening this and he's threatening this, okay? He's got two threats. He's threatening to push and take. He's threatening to push and take. So what are we going to do now against these two threats? What are we going to do against these two threats here? Yeah, well, the pass pawn on the second rank is already strong enough, but now there is the second threat of him trying to take the knight. Okay, so let's take, I want to give you a little bit of time to think, so and then I'll take a look at the chart here to see. Okay, guys. I'll take a look at the chart to see. Again, we are dealing with the c1 threat and also pawn takes d1. Pawn takes d1 threat. So we're dealing with two ideas. So what to do here? I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna look at the chart here to see. All right, let's take a look. What do we have? Rook d8. Yeah, rook d8 check. He's gonna go king e1. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go king e1. He's not gonna go king c1. Okay. So that's the idea. So okay, so I see some interesting answers. So let's take a look. So check. He goes here. Again, not gonna go here because in this case bishop e2 just wins. Takes and check and just wins. Okay. So he's gonna go here. Now what to do? Again, there are two threats remaining, c1 and taking on d1. There's both threats are still remaining. Okay. Both threats are still remaining. So now we're gonna try to go again rook e1 check. Again, we want him to take because if he takes, we're gonna win by going rook d8. King e1, simply go king b2. And if you go king c1, then I go bishop d3, taking on c2 here as well. So check. Now king goes back to d2. This is the best move. And here is the critical moment where you need to come up with the very special idea here, okay? Very special idea. Very special idea here. What is it? Let's take a look. I'm gonna look at the chat to see if anybody has it. I see one player who has it. Sheppy 13. Sheppy 13. Knight c3. Correct. Now he takes. Well, if he takes, it's easy. Rook c8 check and king b2 wins. Sheppy. So if he queens, check. If he goes to c2, I have a rook c8 check, picking up the queen. So it has to go here. Now what to do here? Very close here, but what to do? Very close here, but what to do here? We want to put him into that mating net, that king, okay? To put that king into the mating net. Now we need to play rook d8 check. If the king goes to c2, we have a rook c8 check. And here you can take the queen if you want to practice the bishop and knight checkmate. By the way, how many in the chat know how to checkmate with the bishop and knight? They clearly know the plan. I've done a video on this. How to checkmate with the bishop and knight. If you're not familiar with it, then you go here. But I'm curious to know. How many players in the chat. We have about 100 players. How many players would know how to win this position? They can comfortably do the checkmate with the bishop and knight. So it's easy. Okay, you've seen the video. You gotta know the plan, though. You know, you gotta know the plan. So if you try to do it as you go, you might not be able to do it. Okay, so you want to make sure you know the plan. The famous W. Absolutely, the W maneuver. Yes. All right. Very good. So now we go back to the game. So he goes here, and now the final move, guys. The final move in this game. I want you to find this move. Okay. The final move here. The final move in this game. The final move to try to put him into the net here. Alright? Please type your answers in the chat so I can see, okay, who got it first. So please make sure you type your answer. Let's see it. All right, let's take a look. Rook f8, correct. Rook f8, very nice. Rook f8, rook f1 idea. Absolutely. Okay, very good. Rook f8, and now we are threatening rook f1 mate. If the king does, if he doesn't do anything, it's just a mate. If he goes here, we're gonna go check. And again, once again, you can take and practice your bishop and knight mate, or if you're not very comfortable with it, you will do this and play here. Okay, excellent, guys. Guys, I want to ask you, you want to continue with some more studies, or we can play some games. You can play me on Lichess. What would you like to do? So you have a choice. We can play some more, or we can do some more studies. Let's see how many people say games. Play low-rated players. More studies. Okay, play. Okay, looks like people want to play. Okay, we're gonna play now, guys. Everybody go to on Lichess and get on the queue, and we're gonna play. Okay, and make sure you challenge me on Lichess. Okay, we have about 8 players there, and go to Lichess and get on the queue. We're gonna play for the next 1 hour. Okay. I want to thank everybody. We have over 100 people today. Excellent. We're growing, guys. I appreciate the support. People who are following me and subscribing, and I appreciate everybody. Okay, so we're gonna play now for. So make sure you get on a queue so we can get the games. Okay, you can play me. Okay, so this Bishop G5 94. I'm gonna play very aggressively this game. Okay, so I feel like my opponent wasted some tempies, and I know it's a solid choice, this London system, but I think this, you know, I can maybe do something here. So I'm gonna be very aggressive in this game. Okay, Queen B6 here right away, guys. I'm threatening to win the pawn on B2. Putting questions, putting question to the opponent early on it's very important. Okay, you put questions to the opponent, and it's gonna be harder for him, to solve the problem. So now he takes. Okay. Okay, I can take. And now again, I'm still threatening that B2 pawn, guys. Okay, I'm still threatening to win that B2 pawn. Okay, so he goes here. Well, let's get this guy rolling. Let's get this guy rolling here. Bishop F5. Put some pressure on C2. Okay. Okay, excellent, guys. I was just told by my friend who is helping me with the stream, my friend Ashish, that we just reached 200 200 followers, which is excellent. Okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And again, we're just still starting out, but I promise you, we're gonna have some great content every day. It's gonna be different things, and so let's see. Okay, we don't want to restart this. Okay, we can restart. What is this? Okay, I'll close this. Okay, so we're still starting. I know there are a lot of people who've been doing it a long time. A lot of my friends, which is great. But I'm gonna bring you some really great content, guys. So I appreciate everybody following. Okay, the stream today. For tomorrow, we're gonna meet again. Around tomorrow evening, we're gonna meet again, and I'm gonna prepare you. I'm gonna show you the win against the world champion Kasim Jamov. Okay, Kasim Jamov game. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna play a little differently, guys. King E7. I didn't have to do this. Okay, I didn't have to play King E7. I could just play Knight E7, but I'm just gonna do it this time. I just felt like doing it this time. I don't know if it's it's probably not that great, but okay. Knight E4. If the queens come off the board, we'll be very happy. Bishop takes D4. Okay. Now, how's he going to defend C2, guys? How is he going to defend C2 here? There are some problems in the position for white. How to protect, okay? Yeah, make sure everybody get on a queue, guys. Queue, we're going to play for the next an hour, okay? We're going to have a long stream today. So, make sure you stay with us and you follow, okay? All right, what is going on here? Rook C2. Ooh. Rook C2, Queen G5 check. He wants to go. Okay. Okay, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I have the D8 square covered, right, guys? We're not blundering mate in one. D8 is covered. Okay. Next, we're gonna play H6. We're gonna kick that queen away. Okay. We're gonna kick that queen away with H6. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So I think we're doing great here. Okay. So okay. Now let's go. Oh. Whoa, this is interesting. Weakening the pawn structure. That's a strange decision. That's a bit of a strange decision, I have to say. H6. I just want to get my luft, okay? I want to get that luft. Escape square for my king. I don't like my king on F8. So, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to go King G8, King H7, okay? King G8, King H7. Okay, what is he trying to do here with this? Should I trade queens? Should I trade queens and just... do that, or should I try to do something else? That's the question. Trade queens or trade queens. He will get the control of the C file. I don't know. I have some ideas I can try to do. Okay, I'm just gonna go here. Just gonna put my king on H7. Okay. I probably should have played queen c7, but I didn't like that. Okay, I'm not sure what is he doing. That's kind of helping me. He's helping me, guys. By checking me, he helped me to consolidate position of my king. And I can only appreciate that, because that just helped me. Okay, I can just play queen c7 and propose the trade, because now I'm also protecting f7. So I propose the trade, and now if he takes, I will take back with the rook. So, and also I will obtain the control of the c file. So this is technically winning position. Besides being up a pawn, I also have a much better pawn structure, guys, which is very important to note. Okay, look at my pawn structure. Whenever you're talking about pawn structure, you look at the islands. Okay, islands. I have one island here, a7, b7. Then I have another one big island. If you look at his position, he's got a lot of islands. Okay, and whichever player has more islands, that player has more weaknesses. Remember, that's how you basically identify. Okay. Now I'm gonna just fix him. I had other options, but I'm just gonna fix the pawns. I don't want to deal with any breaks, you know, like h5 or anything. And now I'm just gonna start the collecting process. I'm just gonna collect the weak pawns one after another, you know. So okay, so he goes there, and okay, well, I can start with this. Let's say queen b6. Attacking d4 and attacking b2. So collecting process of collecting the weak pawns now is going to begin. Okay, so we got b2 is hanging, d4 is hanging, so we're going to start taking more pawns. These weak pawns are just going to fall. Okay, and the way usually it's going to work is they're going to start falling one after another. Okay, so that's one. That's one. So now rook c3 is in the works. Rook c3 is very powerful now. So that's another idea I have in mind that I can do. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the questions, guys. I know that somebody sent me a question. I'm gonna take a look at that questions as well. Any requests you have, you let me know, and I'll be happy to spend time and show you, you know. If you don't know certain end games and you have difficulty finding materials, you can always message me and I'll be happy to help you. Okay, so we won this one, guys. So this game basically, there is one critical moment I want to talk about, because you might find it strange, you know, what I did. Why did I take with a king here, guys? Because I see a potential of connecting my rooks right away and not, you know, making my knight passive. But by taking like this, I would give him a little break, okay? And now he can do something, you know, knight d4 or knight h4. I felt the timing was more important, plus the king position is quite safe on e7, okay? That's why I did that, okay? Keeping the safe position of the king. So remember, that was the reason why I did that. And now, it worked out great for me. I think he should have probably played something else here, like knight f3 maybe. By taking here, he just cannot defend c2. c2 cannot be protected here. If he plays bishop d3, that drops a pawn like this, queen d4. And now, luckily my king is on a dark square. If he was on e8, he would have played bishop b5 check, winning my queen. So here he doesn't have that. So now there's no way to protect c2. If you play rook c1, I just take on b2. Okay, so he cannot defend, so he just had to sacrifice a pawn. All right, let me quickly look at the chat to see if there are any. So we have. Yeah. Let's see. Rook and queen endgame. Rook and queen endgame. Yeah, that's something is very interesting. Yeah, it's there is a mechanism that you have to know, and in that king queen versus king and rook. Absolutely. I was very close to reach 2700 3 years ago. I was very close, guys, about 20 points away to reach 2700. But just you know, I was playing really well in 2017. Almost won the U.S. Championship. If you were watching that year, I had a great year. But and won some other tournaments that year as well. Very close, 2680, but just, you know, stumbled. And now back to 26, you know, around 2620. But, you know, Still, if I work hard, I think I can get my rating higher. So still, I'm thinking about it sometimes. Wow, we got a lot of people in the queue, guys. So we got 2,300. That's a good player right there. Okay, so we're gonna get some more games going. So let's see. All right. So I will play some Tarash, okay? Tarash is one of my favorite openings from childhood. So I like playing the Tarash in a blitz games like this because it's fun. I get positions that I'm familiar with, and I can just now I normally don't take on c4, but here I wanted to try this. So I usually play a little bit differently there. I can play knight c6, for example, instead of taking on c4, but I figure let me try something a little bit different. So now I play b5. Next move will be bishop b7. My knight will go on d7, and I want to get my development. Bishop b7, castle. So I think black is fine here. I don't think there are any problems. Okay, bishop b7. Knight b7. Just that's my concept here. Trying to get the pieces out. I do not want to play c4 here. If you play c4, there is a potential of opponent playing e4 here. So that's something I would like to do here. So I'm gonna go with this idea. Bishop d6. I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive here. Queen c7. A little bit more aggressive approach here. I want to implement. I want to try to go castle, rook f8, rook ac8. If I can get that, I'm happy. I'm better actually, okay? I don't know if I can get that, but I'll be happy. So I go here. So bishop d2. Okay, I will castle. Okay, h3. Okay, so let's go rook fd8. So I anticipate him playing this move, and here I have to choose. I have to choose queen b6 or queen e7. Queen b6 or queen e7, guys. I have options here, so I'm gonna go queen b6. I want to keep the b4 option at some point. Queen e7 was another very decent alternative, putting the queen on c7, but I cannot stay on a c file. You see, he put a rook there. I cannot be staying on that c file. I had to move my queen away to avoid any tricks, involving b4 and knight takes b5 options, okay? So now I want to play rook ac8. Okay, knight here. Okay, knight takes e4. Yeah, I don't want to allow the bishop on c3. So if the bishop comes on c3, then it'll be a very active bishop. So I do not want that to happen. So we go rook ac8. I think black is very slightly better because my bishops are a little bit more active than my opponents. So black is slightly better here. It's not going to be easy to win this, but at least it's pleasant. And on top of that, we are enjoying a very nice time advantage as well here, okay? We're enjoying like a minute and 15-second advantage. So what is it threatening? It takes on e4, I take, so nothing is hanging. So I'm going to go h6. I'm going to go h6, and let's see how things will develop here. If my plan here, I would love to get one of his bishops. It doesn't matter, the light square bishop or dark square bishop. If I can get that, I will be very, very happy, okay? So that's kind of what I'm hoping would happen, that I can somehow take one of his bishops with my knight. If that happens, I'll be very happy. So, okay, let me take this. I'm not sure what's the best, but okay, I'll do that. Now, I want to get this bishop too. Can I go here? Bishop f6 maybe? Again, the goal here is to try to win one of these bishops and keep the 1 minute advantage on the clock. If we maintain that advantage, we're going to be happy. Okay? Okay. See, if I play rook c8, that would be a blunder. He'll just take on c8. Okay? He'll just take on c8 very happily and then win my knight at the end. So I don't want that. So I'm going to go here. I want to be able to play bishop b2 at some point. Okay? That's what I'm hoping to do. Okay, can I take? Check, check. Okay, if I take now, he's going to go queen h7, king f8, queen h2, king e7. I don't see anything there, so I'm just going to take. Okay. Alright, so let's go g6. Again, we got the better bishops, okay? We got the better bishops here, so we're going to pin him. We're going to pin him. And now I'm not sure what he's going to do here. Okay, I think he blundered, yeah? I would think he should have taken on f6, and if I take his queen, he takes rook c2 and plays that position, because now I think he blundered, guys. Do you see the double attack, guys? Double attack. Boom. We threaten mate, we attack c3. Double attack, after which he is losing the bishop. Okay? Always look for the double attack, okay? Always look for the double attack ideas. So that's a concept. That's something that you always have to look for those ideas, okay? And now I will just propose the... okay, let me just go here. Okay, I'm not sure what is he doing, but okay, I'll just go back here and... Okay, he's like flogging, but not flogging, you know? He's like flogging, but not really flogging, you know? Alright, we won a piece here, guys. Once again, I want to emphasize, it was a back and forth game, but I want to emphasize the key moment here, where he just, you know, I waited for the mistake, and so here, he should have, when I played rook c8, it's already unpleasant. He should have taken on f6 and tried to play this position with a strong bishop on f6, okay? I think I'm still better here, much better maybe, but he played here and just overlooking the double attack. Double attack is a strong idea that you always want to watch out for, okay? And that is queen c6, threatening mate on g2 and threatening the bishop on c3, okay? So always look for these opportunities, okay? Double attack, guys. Attacking g2 and attacking c3. All right, let me quickly look at the chat, see if we have any questions here. All right, let's see here. Any questions? 2 attacks at once. Yeah, 2 attacks at once. That's your double attack. Remember that. 2 attacks at once. How did you get your arrows to become blue? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with this stuff here. I'm just, I'm still learning, guys. Okay, so, all right. So, let's take a look. Let's take a look at another game. We got a lot of people in the queue, guys. We got like 24 people waiting for us. So it's so we're doing great. All right, great stream today, guys. Appreciate everybody hanging out and watching and supporting my stream. Okay. So 1992 rating, almost 2000, almost 2000. Let's see here. Is my opponent away? Is he away? Alright, no, he's here. So he's here. Okay, so c4, knight c3. So king's Indian defense. I will play this setup. that I like to play with h3. As I mentioned earlier, I'm hoping to see the h6 move. If h6 is played, I'm happy because then I have a target. So this I'm not sure now. I will play d5 and bishop d3 castle, and we have some Benonish type of positions, okay? Benonish, you know? Alright, I play a4 because I don't want to allow any of this b5s, you know? Because sometimes, you know, they can sacrifice a pawn and get a good Benko gambit, you know? So we don't want that. So I go bishop d3. And I expect him to play e5 or e6. Yeah, I mean, I was expecting this, to be honest. And, okay, I will... Okay, so how should I do this? Okay, I can go here first. Okay, did I blunder a tactic? I hope I didn't, but maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I blundered something. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, take. Okay, let's push this guy back. Yeah, my queen d2 move was not the best. I probably should have just castled. Okay, should play queen e7. I'm not sure why he's thinking, because that was just basically the only move. Because anything else drops a d6 pawn. Whenever you have like a forced moves, only moves, guys, you don't want to spend too much time because you want to keep that time for later, okay? Yeah, if your move is forced, you just want to go for it. You don't want to waste, you know, even 5-10 extra seconds, because you're gonna need that later. I would love to get the bishops off the board, the bishop h6, and get the bishops off and try to do something like that. Okay, so bishop h6. Takes, I go queen h6. Okay. Now I have some f4 coming up as well, okay? I have the f4 idea. Alright, let's get f4 in. I know it's gonna go knight f7, so, but I have the h4 square. The reason I have played f4 here, guys, otherwise he will play f4 and then I'll be worse, actually. Okay, so that's why I played the move f4, because otherwise black had a very strong positional threat here. Okay, when he played here, he wants to play f5. I cannot let him play f4. If he does that, he's just gonna be better. Okay. Okay, now he's trying to trade queens. I think I'm better, actually. I think I'm better in the endgame, so I'm okay with this. I get this guy. The knight on f7 is really bad, actually. So I think I'm happy here. Wait, this bishop is just... This bishop might get trapped here, you know? He's taking chances here, guys. How is this bishop going back home? Huh? How is this bishop going to be going back home? That's the question. Okay? Is he? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna try to see if I can trap this bishop. Okay, rook ac1. Rook ac1. Very tempting, you know, very tempting. Okay, just to okay. Okay, rook. Okay. Okay, I guess it's not so simple. So let's just go here. Yeah, I don't think I like what I did. Yeah, I'm not happy with my play here. I think I totally misplayed this. Yeah, it must have been close to be winning, actually, in that end game. And yeah, I must have been just winning, actually. Take. Okay, but now this is good. This is called outpost, guys. you posting it there, okay? That's when you have pawns like this, f5, d5, you try to anchor, okay? Anchor. This is important now. I stop b6. This is actually a very, very bad position for my opponent. It's probably losing, actually. Okay? Because I'm anchoring it, you know? Again, anchor. Okay? So remember, you bring your pieces in and anchor. Then rook on e6 now is very, very strong. So I'm not sure what is he going to do now, but I think this is very bad for him. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's give him that pawn here. Let's give him that pawn here. Oops, 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 oops. Forky, 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 my friend. We did not blunder that pawn, you know. We just centralized our knight, you know. And now, thank you very much. Okay, so again, I want to talk about this anchor here, okay? So, analysis board. So, I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. Okay, this, I should just castle here. I'm much better here. I should just castle. This was not a good move. Because I think he had knight e4 here, actually. And f5. I don't know why he didn't do that. I think this was very good for him. No, I mean, this queen d2 was ridiculous. Just castle, I mean. You know, I was hoping he would do this, and I get g4 in. I didn't want to castle short. I thought if I castle short, he might play e5 and then knight h5. You know, some ideas. I'm not absolutely sure. Yeah, tomorrow I can do a simul, guys. Do you guys like the idea of doing a simul? You can play me like I can play like maybe 20, 30 of you at the same time. You know, we can just do a simul. So please message on the chat if you want to do that. Okay. If you can, that, you know, please message that in chat and we can do it, okay? Tomorrow, today we started around 7 o'clock Central Time. So make sure you guys, if you can, tomorrow around 7 o'clock Central Time, okay? Central US time, 7 o'clock. That's where we're going to start the stream, okay? So maybe a little bit before that. Yeah, I want to talk about the anchor here, anchoring it. So anyway, this is just winning. I think I'm just winning here. Or much better. I don't know. This was really surprising, this move, bishop c2, because it seems like it could be a huge problem here. But yeah, I'm not sure if knight d3 was that good here. Maybe like bishop b3 or something. But anyway, so this, when you have pawns like this, d5 and e6, and you can put a rook on e6, you always want to look for that opportunity because it's so strong. It's putting pressure. You can never take. Because that pawn structure is just going to be deadly, okay? You can never connect it, you know? And see, I fixed him also with this a5. This is very important. I fixed him so he can never play b5. And now I put pressure on him, and I again go here. And again, he cannot take it. If he takes it, it's just going to be losing, okay? So he can never take it, you know. I take d takes, and then I have these two pass pawns. He cannot deal with those. And yeah, this is just losing endgame because basically the problem is he cannot move anything, and I can just improve my position here. But this just made it easier because now d6 is falling, g5 is falling, and just win the game. Okay. All right, let me take a look at the chat here to see what you guys mentioning about the simul. Let's see. Do we have to wait long time for every move? Well, I don't know. I've actually never done a simul online, but my friend Ashish, who is helping me with the you know, he can set it up. He says we'll be here. Yeah, here 7 p.m. guys, 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay, Central CST Central Time. Okay, so make sure you guys are here. So we're gonna try to do a simul. Okay. So hopefully we can do that. And also I'm going to show you the game against Kasim Jamov, okay? 2004 FIDE World Champion. He won the World Cup tournament, the knockout. That was a World Championship, okay? So Kasim Jamov, okay? He's also the coach of Fabiano Caruana, okay? For a couple of years now. So make sure you guys here at 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, okay? So for the stream. Okay, all right, we're not done yet. We got a couple of more games going, okay? We'll do the simul and more French defense stuff for you guys, okay? All right, so let's see here. All right. We got still a lot of people in the queue, guys. BOT. What is BOT? I'm not sure. What is BOT here stands for? Is that like a computer or something? What is the BOT on Lead Chess? Let me see. What is BOT? Oh, it's a computer. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to play a computer, guys. Yeah. I don't want to play a computer. I'm sorry. All right. Okay. All right. Next one. Yeah. I have no desire to play against the computers because it's not fun. Okay. All right. Cody Chess. Almost 2,000 here, guys. So let's see if we can learn some more new stuff here. Okay. D4, D5. So we're gonna do another Tarash, maybe another Tarash. By the way, if you don't know what to do against D4, I highly recommend learning the Tarash. It's a fun opening. Okay. If you don't mind playing the isolated pawn positions, it's a seriously lot of fun playing the Tarash. It's a lot of dynamics, and you can look up some of my games. Kasparov used to play the Tarash, so I mean, a lot of top players used to play the Tarash. I mean, nowadays, yeah, with the current super computers, you're probably gonna be worse, but you could do it. Okay. All right, take. Okay, some College system. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, bishop g4. Let's pin him. So yeah, this is just equal here. Okay, let's go e6. All right, can we try to get this? I want to get the dark square bishop if I can. Ah, he didn't let me do that. Okay. I was hoping to get knight h5 in before he does that, but he just didn't do it. All right, castle, castle. Okay, now we take. Okay, rook c8. If he takes, we go rook c6. Okay. Knight c6, we go rook c6. Okay, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna take. Ooh, maybe this wasn't that good actually. Okay, knight d7. Actually, he could have taken with a pawn. Actually, pawn maybe play e4. I'm gonna go b5. I'm gonna go knight b6 and try to stick that knight on c4. Okay, knight b6, knight c4, guys. What do you think of that concept? Alright, this f4 is a bad move. I'm not sure. You never want to play f4 in this position, guys. That's just a really bad move. It weakened the position. It killed his own bishop. Okay? So as you can see, nothing good happened from that move. It actually really, really bad move. And now, this bishop is just going to be very, very passive. Okay? So, yeah, I think it's just a problematic position here for him. Yeah, I think it's just a problematic position. So let's see here. Let's get this guy going. I'm going to put my pawn on a4. I don't want to deal with b3. So I'm going to go here. Alright, so let's go. Let's go f5. I think I don't want him to play some f5 unexpectedly on me, I'm gonna take that. Okay, I'm playing too quick. He's playing very, very quick. I wonder if he has an idea. All right, let's see what he's gonna do. Now we go here. H6, and here we have a classical position where knight is so much better than a bishop. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate to you how you win a position like this. Okay, where you have a dominating knight versus a poorly placed bishop. Okay, everything else is same. Okay, everything else is same, but you just have that difference. Okay. All right, so let's see, what do we do here? How do we do this? Let's go here. Let's try to do something little aggressive. I didn't have to play g5, by the way. It might not be the best move, but I want to stretch the position a little bit. Stretch it to see how my opponent is going to do it. Okay, now I'm going to seriously try to mate him now. Because that's, I don't think this was the right plan for him. Okay, can I try to get another... let's go back here for a second. Alright, let's go here for a second. Now, okay, take. Oh wow, okay, this is looking interesting. Okay, let's check. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's let him take first. Let him take. We're gonna try to go king h5, you know. Try to stretch the position. Stretch the position, okay? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, man, just put enough pressure on the opponent, mistakes will come. You put enough pressure on the opponent, mistakes will come. Remember, in chess, there's always going to be mistakes, okay? So you got to remember that. What is this? What is this? Yeah, let's just stop it, huh? Let's just stop it. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I probably could have played this much better, but okay, it's still winning, so I'm not gonna complain. Not gonna complain, it's still winning. Alright, let's just let him. Could win another way, but... And we push. And we push. And we push. Yeah, I don't think my technique was that good, but... it was still good enough to... Okay. Oh, why is my opponent still playing? Question is, why is my opponent still playing? Alright. Very good. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so this game was, again, we saw an example of dominating position of the queen, knight versus queen, bishop, okay? So close position, guys. This is an example of you where the knight is better than the bishop. Look at this knight, look at this bishop. Superior knight anchored on c4 against the passive bishop. So, and you're always going to have chances, okay? You're always going to have chances in this position. But how did this all started here? Fairly equal position here. He could just play knight a2, knight c1, knight a3. It's just equal. f4. This is an example for you. I want to make sure you don't make, okay? You play f4, you're going to blockade your bishop like that. And you're going to create a weakness on a3. So this is something you don't want to do. Because here... yeah, and now I want to make sure he can never remove my knight from c4, okay? He can never remove my knight from c4. And now you know, there are many other ways I could have played here. In fact, I'm not sure if f5 was that good here. Maybe I should just play rook c6 and double up the rooks. There are so many things I could have done here. Maybe I could have just played b4 here, actually. Take, let's say rook b8, and just take on b4. I mean, this is another opportunity for me. So, but again, the most important thing is once you get a position like this, you're just going to be pressing for the rest of the game. And the knight wants to go to d3, eliminated. Again, superior knight versus bishop. And again, the concept of trading the rooks, it helped me a lot too, because queen and knight are so much better usually than queen and a bishop, because they work together much better, okay? The queen and knight, remember that. Queen and knight together, they work perfectly. See, he's like in the Suksavank here. He couldn't take on c4 because I go knight c4, knight b2, so he was like a stuck, you know, it's like a Suksavank. And he made a mistake, but yeah, position was very difficult already. All right, let me quickly look at the chart here to see how we're doing here. Yeah, he was hoping for stalemate, but okay, I had minute and a half, and yeah, I'm not gonna blunder stalemate, you know. Yeah, maybe he forgot he was playing GM. That's fine. Why not immediately f5 after? Well, I could have played f5 after f4. Maybe that's a good idea too. Okay. Let's see. Okay, guys, excellent. This is excellent. Okay, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 6 minutes. This is excellent. One of the longer streams. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're gonna go for another 30 minutes. We're gonna make it 2.5 hours. Okay, we'll do another 20 some minutes. So I'll play maybe a couple of more games, and make sure you guys here tomorrow at 7. Okay, tomorrow 7 p.m. If you can, please join us. Okay. And I'll play a couple of more players in the queue here. This is a good player. 23, 64. Okay, let's go little French. We had a French day today. I show you the game against Ivanchuk. So let's continue with the French team. Okay. So this is a famous line. They sacrifice a pawn for initiative. Alright, queen b4. This is all played. By the way, if you want to learn about this line, I highly recommend you look at one of my games here. The game played against Jan Elvest at the 2009 inaugural US Championship at the St. Louis Chess Club. Okay, the very first US Championship in St. Louis. So look at that game. I think you might enjoy it. I was blocked, and it was a very interesting game against Jan Elvest. Very, very strong, you know, at this prime, a very top grandmaster, and I won with the block pieces. And yeah, that will help you to understand this opening, okay, a little bit better. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to trade queens. He's not gonna trade queens, obviously. By the way, this is not a blunder of a piece, because takes, bishop b5, I have bishop d7. So yeah, so let's see. He should play b3. He should play b3, obviously, but if he plays b3, I'm gonna just go back queen d7. Okay, b3, I go back queen d7. Okay, so I actually had another game. I played the game against Elvis, but before that, I also had a game against another grandmaster from Sweden, Grandmaster Emanuel Berg, and who happened to be a French expert himself. He wrote a book on French, and yeah, in that game I got a good position, and but I think I misplayed it, so it was a draw. Okay, so knight d4. Do I take this or do I just go here? Okay, I think I go here. The threat is bishop b5, pinning my queen, so I have to defend it. Okay, so I have to defend it. Okay, so f4, let's go g. Can I go g6 or? Alright, let's go g6. f4, it's very aggressive, but if you cannot get f5 in, then you're just gonna be stuck, you know. So, and plus you really weaken the e4 square, which I'm hoping to use very shortly I'm gonna be hoping to use that. So I'll kick this bishop back. Now I'm kicking him back, or I'm forcing him to take on d7. Okay, so either way it's actually very good for me, I think, because now my knight is gonna land on e4, and I can even go bishop c5, and I can castle. Yeah, this is just winning. This is just, I completely neutralized this line here in this game for him. Yeah, he doesn't have anything, so now I can just go knight e4, trade. I can take with a king if I want, and yeah, I can even play h5 here. h5 would be nice. We'll stop g4 forever, you know. So I just go here. I do go here. I don't want him to take on e6, so I'm gonna just go here. Yeah, I'm up a pawn now. He's got that. Okay. So, okay, he's hoping he's gonna do something with that c file, basically. His whole play is based on that c file. I'm just gonna go here. I'm just gonna go here first. I want to stop that stuff with h4, and I'm just gonna go here. Try to think of 4 ideas. I want to play a4 now, and if he plays a4, I'm gonna go rook a6, rook b6, and try to do something like that. So I'm gonna try to do that. Let's see. Alright, let me do this first. a4. And transfer the knight to c4. I also can play knight b3. I just realized that might be a good idea too. I'm gonna wait to see what he does, because it depends what he plays. I can play knight c4, I can play knight b3. It really depends what he does. Yeah, against this I probably have to play knight c4. But I was hoping to play knight b3. Knight b3 now, he will just play rook c3. And take. I don't know. Okay, I just go here. This is just better for me, so I'm just gonna do that. Okay, rook d3. Okay, let's go here. Now the tactic I have. Knight takes e5, rook c7, knight d3, king e3, but then my pawn is hanging, unfortunately. Ah, that's pity. That's pity. Knight e6 he has. I don't know if he saw it or he just got lucky there with this trick. But okay. Alright, let me just go here. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing with this here, but okay, I'll go. Alright, now I think I have knight takes e5, guys. I think the time is finally right to do this. No? I think the time is finally right to do this tactic. See, I had this tactic for several moves, but I wanted to find the right moment to do it. And always look for discovery tactics, okay? When an opponent has an unprotected piece, like the c1 rook, you look for those discovery tactics involving the checks, okay? I had seen this idea earlier. Remember, I mentioned it to you, okay? But I was just waiting for the right moment to execute it, okay? So I take the rook, he's going to take my... And then this knight, my knight is a little misplaced. So I'm going to take this guy, actually. I'll go here. c5, okay. What is he trying to do? He's trying to go rook a5, okay. Okay, should we just try to get in with the king and just take the pawns? That's one pawn. Or, alright, let's just go here. Alright, so we're just gonna go here. Here. We're just gonna try to win this guy. This guy. I'm just gonna get this guy. Try to get this guy. Check. Now we're gonna go take this guy. Okay. Now we're gonna go. Okay. So let's see here. Check. Yeah, our H pawn is very strong here, guys. So we're just gonna push that. H pawn is too strong. That's why I checked him, because he was blocking my king from moving. That's why I checked him, so I can move the king to G3 and then promote the pawn. So yeah, now just takes. All right. So yeah, once again, let's look at this analysis moment here where the tactic occurred. Okay, opening went really well for me, but again, see, I spotted this idea of this constantly looking for some 93 checks, okay, guys? And I had this 93 here. I saw this. I mentioned this to you. If I take, but he takes, and actually this works out really well for him, because then he has this 96 check. I'm in trouble. So I had this idea in mind. I was just waiting for the right moment. And finally here, he gave me a chance. I don't know why he gave me a chance. He should have doubled up the rooks with rook dc3. Then it's very hard to win this. And then I finally unleashed this, because this was the right moment. Because now he doesn't enter on c7. If he takes with the rook, I have 93 check and takes. So he takes. And now this is just a winning rook endgame. I'm up 2 pawns. Okay? Alright. So okay, let's go. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any interesting questions. Anything, guys, you want to ask me? Guys, keep playing. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Knight takes c4 was a blunder because of knight e6. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Follower jingle. How do you turn on that follower jingle, guys? I need some help. Looks like. Yeah, I know it's kind of annoying, the following sound. So is it here or? All right. Well. Okay. Well, I guess okay. I'll do this. All right. Well, this is a very rare line, so there was not that much theory. Okay. Oh, Streamlabs OBS in your audio. Oh, okay. Okay. Streamlabs OBS. Okay, well, we're almost done for the stream today, so I'm not gonna mess with it, but I'll turn it down right after this. Okay. All right. Okay, great. So we're gonna do one more game, guys. One more game. I think this was very interesting. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for following and hanging out. It's a long stream. I enjoy you guys here, so it's great. 1+1. Oh my God, this guy is like probably a blitz specialist here. Why not? Let's go. I'm not a good bullets player. Look at my rating, guys. I don't even have a bullet rating. So this guy's like probably gonna flag me here. All right, let's go. Yeah, he moves fast. Look how fast he moves. But good thing there's an increment, so he cannot just flag me easily, All right. Okay, all right. What's going on here? Let's go put this guy here. Okay. I'm just gonna go bishop d7 and put that rook on c8. Knight. What is the knight doing on a3 here? Huh, guys, that's kind of funny. What is the knight doing on a3? It's just not a very good way of developing it, I think. All right, so let's go here. Yeah, it's still puzzling. What is this knight gonna be doing on a3? Alright, let's go h6. Again, I'm never worried about this take. Okay, then I'll go here. I will lovely play this for sure, because I want to make sure that knight stays there. Maybe I didn't play it that well, actually. Now I realize that. Because he has knight c2. Alright, he has knight c2. Oh well. Alright, let's just trade. It's a quick game. I'm gonna move fast. So you can't really second guess your moves too much here. I mean, I'm still probably better. I have some activity if he trades my queen. I have my knight landing somewhere. Okay, let's get this guy here. Let's get this guy here. Yeah, how is he gonna defend this? This is not so easy, you know? Okay, alright. Okay. Okay, let's try to mate this king. Can we? Alright. Look at this guy. This is getting a little problematic for him, guys. The rooks are too active, you know? Too active. When the rooks are too active, then it's just not gonna work very well, you know? Now we're going for a mate, guys. Alright, let's win the pawn. I like my concept of my pieces, you know? He cannot do anything, you know? Alright, yeah, this was a fun game. What happened in this game? So let's just pause here for a second, okay? So I'm just gonna pause here for a second. So I want to talk about importance of having the rook on a second rank or 7th rank, okay? So if my rook is not there, it's just probably equal here. But by keeping the rook out there, I'm putting a lot of pressure on him. And now the pawn on f2 is under attack. So look at this. I'm forcing him to defend. Now I control the file. King of, I think this is wrong already. He should play b4 and try to get counterplay quickly. Because now I just gain more space. And I think once I land this, it's already over. Once I land this is just simply too much. Okay? And then he just blundered this. Okay? So again, having the rook on a second rank is very, very important. Okay, guys? So that's something very... Okay, guys, this will be the last game, okay? So this game right here will be the last game for today, okay? But make sure you're here tomorrow, if you can. It's 7 p.m. Central Time. And we're gonna do we're gonna try to do a simul with everybody here on Lead Chess, and then we're gonna do like a game, okay? Alright. Okay. Okay. Now knight f3. Bishop d3. So we got the Benoni. Now castle. Okay, bishop f4, putting pressure. Now what to do? How to defend? Okay, so now he wants to play some c4, so I put the rook on e1. Okay, took a rook on e1. Okay, bishop goes here. Okay, I will go here because I'm hoping that takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I'm hoping that hoping for an e5 break. Of course, that's the goal in Benoni. Okay, wow, this I didn't expect. This I think is not going to be very good. Okay, this I think is a serious problem. Okay. Now queen goes to h5. Now queen h5, and there's a lot of pressure. Now take, hitting the rook. Now the rook is under attack. f5. I mean, this is just really bad for him now. Yeah, now this king is exposed. Okay, now little check. Let's see where he goes. When king is really exposed, check. And now just simply threatening rook g3. And now rook g3 is coming up. Okay, now I would just take. And again, rook g3 is very strong still. You know, it might not be mating, but it's just very strong. Rook e7 is his only move. Okay, he didn't play rook e7, so check. Queen h6. Okay, he actually survived. He didn't get mated, so that was good. That was good defense on his part. So he actually survived that. But again, there is no question about the result here. The result is very clear here. What's going to happen because of, you know, just you can look at the position. I mean, it's just 2 extra pawns, king is exposed, and that's just a mate. Yeah? All right, great guys. Thank you everybody for joining. Okay, thank you everybody for joining. Tomorrow we're gonna try to do a simul. Okay, so I want to make sure, yeah, if you guys have time, yeah, just we're gonna try to do a simul tomorrow. Okay, all right. It was a lot of fun, everybody, today. We had a good stream, I think, and I hope you enjoyed the game against Ivanchuk. Okay, absolutely, you're welcome, guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and looking forward seeing you all tomorrow. Okay, all right, take care, bye. Okay. Right.
Watch the movies. Like, there's a lot in the Lord